Yo, what's up? So I guess today I'm gonna do my movie on environment, environment themed movie today. So we're gonna go out here and we're gonna document the environment and kind of talk about some subjects kind of regarding that wide, broad, centered based subject of environment. So what better place to do it than the park? I'm in my truck right now because it is 41 degrees outside. It's pretty cold. I could have done this the other day. So we're going to get out here and we're going to document some stuff. So stay tuned. Like I said, we're kind of here to talk about some things. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I'm Drew Carroll. I'm a freshman here at USC. I'm a political science major, hoping to become an IP attorney with my degree. So right now we're going to talk about some things about the environment. Environment is any and everything that affects an organism. Learned that from Miss Pornell. Great teacher so far. I think she's going to be really awesome. So right now we're on this bridge walking. There's a creek right there, and we're going to take a look at it and see if there's going to be some things that will affect some organisms. Oh, they're having a wedding over there. You see that little white dress right there? That's kind of sweet. Having a wedding here at a park. That's kind of cool. So yeah, we're going to come here and we're going to look here in this creek and see if we can see anything that is going to affect the environment. Already see a grand scheme of things. So let's just take a look down here. Closer towards the ponds and all that. You can see there's a lot of places that don't have water. It looks like it's dried up. Could have been a drought. That's got to affect the wildlife that actually, depends on the water for maybe, a home or other types of resources, perhaps drinking, such as fish, beavers, ducks and whatnot, maybe some geese. So, that I feel like there's some things that, man can do perhaps fix this problem, maybe load it a little better. As you can see, there's a lot of litter and trash here. That's going to affect the wildlife. That could be pretty big danger to the animals and other things that use this vegetation here to live. I feel like us as humans can definitely do a better job of that. And if we come back here, there's some litter right there. I'll be the good Samaritan to pick it up, doing my part to help the environment. If we come walk back right over here, as you can see, it's a little bit better over here. It's definitely a lot of good place for some wildlife to live. There's like a little waterfall over there, that runs off, and then all of this flows back over into the big pond. So right there, you can kind of see this kind of looks a little bit more clean. There's a lot of rocks that could house things like lizards and snakes. Of course not now because it's super cold outside, but I feel like perhaps some fish, maybe some brim, some minnows can live back here. I'm a pretty avid fisherman myself, so kind of have superior aqua knowledge or marine life knowledge, I suppose. So yeah, let's take a look at some other things. Let's kind of use some vocabulary here that I've learned. Here we have some trees. This one right here looks really old. It's got a lot of wear to it. My father is in construction, so I would say he's a very anthropocentric. He has a very anthropocentrism mindset. What that means is what nature and what the environment can do to benefit us. So he would maybe look at this tree and say, wow, this wouldn't make a very good deck, or this wouldn't make, a good base for a tree house or something, rather than perhaps something maybe down here as we go a little deeper, things look a little more healthy and sturdy. So anthropocentrism, or however, I think that's how you say it. It's a long word. It's basically the nature that can benefit humans or human interests and whatnot. So the good example of what I mentioned before is loggers would look at this and maybe say wow, this tree would make a really good deck, or like a log cabin. So we'll use that, like in the show Axemen. If you haven't watched it, that's a good example of Anthropocentrism. So yeah, that's pretty much my father's state of mind. I'm sure he would not be able to disagree. Me personally, I do not have that. As I was saying before, that's not personally my belief. I have a biocentrism. I think all living things, should inherit that right to the environment and right to live. So there's definitely things that'll benefit, any and all organisms, such as human, other mammals, amphibians, and whatnot. So I feel, there's definitely is a big help when we set aside, resources to not be, worked on by man. Places such as like at Yellowstone and Yosemite and whatnot, they kind of set aside those places to be strictly for wildlife there. And I think that's really great. Some of the videos we watched for Assignment 1 on the logging, they said the places they go to, they set aside, an area in the forest where they do not, do any type of work by man. So, I feel that's very important for the environment. It'll keep everything kind of stable. We will not completely wipe out the habitats of these organisms that rely on the environment to, live and be, stable. So it's really nice out here today. I said it was cold, but there's not a lot of wind, so it's a really nice February weekend. So yeah, let's keep looking around. Closer to where I'm parked at, I noticed this Team DNR sticker right here. As game wardens are very important to the environment, so to regulate hunting and laws and fishermen actions and their sports wishes and desires, as well as protecting animals. I have many family members that are game wardens, so I definitely get to ask them what kind of their occupation is and what all they do. It's pretty cool that we have those kind of that set aside biocentrics lifestyles, that we're kind of here to protect the wildlife and environment itself. That's pretty cool that we have people for that. I think it's very important, and we'll definitely keep this place a sustainable society. It's just really kind of depressing to see how dried up all of this is. Hopefully in the summer when it warms up, we'll have a big rain sometime, maybe fill some of this up. Maybe there was a drainage or something under this bridge here, but looking out there, that's actually pretty beautiful. So yeah, definitely. So yeah, some people just walked by me, saw me talking to myself, kind of. I'm sure they think that's pretty strange. I'm pretty out there. But yeah, just kind of recap what we went over today. So the environment is any and everything that affects an organism. So, like pollution, as far as pollution, like air pollution, actual dumpage into our waters and stuff, littering, that all affects, organisms and lifestyles and whatnot. Oh, they're clapping over there. That's sweet. They're having a wedding. So yeah, we went over anthropocentric. That is nature to the human interest. Like I said, my father was. He would look at a tree and say, "Wow, that make a nice deck. That would make a good tree house or log cabin or a shed or staircase or whatever." Went over biocentric, where we have the DNR teams that protect our environment, or humans were placed here to for the environment's interest and whatnot. And there's also some ecocentric stuff where we don't limit it to just the animals or the human interest. And in the, I don't want to say wilderness, because I'm in the middle of a city, so there's definitely that to hold on to. So yeah, that's about it. This has been a Drew Carroll film for Environment, directed by Drew Carroll, casted by Drew Carroll, edited by Drew Carroll, produced by Drew Carroll, and any and every other movie occupations done by me. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned at least something about the environment as I've been here. And yeah, this was pretty fun. Got to get out here and talk about some things. Catch y'all later.